What's good? Wait. Where did Ron go? There he is. There he is.
Welcome to the WrestlePurists podcast, Mania Weekend Edition. Mm-hmm. Okay, the gang is all here. We got a whole blend of just like a confetti for WrestlePurists. We got the head boss in charge, Montel, Parker of Dumb Guy Live, Isra of WrestlePurists Divas. We got Rob of Unpurist and Hangman of No One Likes Him. So he's on his own.
Hangman, the president of the brand.
Nah, not my president. Didn't nobody vote for you.
Okay, back up, Trump.
Would never.
It's
unanimous.
It's been a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? I've completely taken Monty's position.
It's kind of take it. I wanted to see how long you were going to last with it. I was just going to let you rock.
Yeah, just let it roll, bro.
I don't want to rock.
I'm doing great. It's cool to have everybody here. You know what I mean? I finally have multiple days of freedom to be able to do WrestlePurists content, which is cool. You know, we're going to preview night 2 of WrestleMania 39. We're going to review night 1. We're going to talk about the WWE sale to Endeavor. So I'm looking forward to it. I loved last night's show, so I'm pretty excited to talk about all that stuff. Parker, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Big news, obviously, with the what looks like the incoming WWE sale. And I thought Mania was like so good last night, so I'm excited to talk about that too.
Yeah. What up, Monty? How are you feeling, brother? You specifically are the biggest Usos fan on the brand, besides maybe Joe Holbert. And they main evented Mania and had probably the best. Not probably. They had the best match of their careers. So just how are you feeling about that and just everything going on this weekend?
I'm good. I'm feeling buzzed right now for the just Mania weekend and just Mania week in general, to be honest. And like the Usos and Sami and KO absolutely delivered. Helps my Usos agenda. Love them. Deserve to be in the main event. Tag team wrestling in the main event. It couldn't have. I was expecting it to be like great. I wasn't expecting it to be, in my opinion, literally the greatest WWE tag team match of all time.
Right.
I thought it was, it was incredible. But since no one else has done it, and I'm the only actual real professional, please like, subscribe, super chat if you're feeling generous. Yeah, man, we're going to talk WWE sale. We're going to talk all the WrestleMania stuff. But obviously, going to ask Rob as well, because we're going to be polite. Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing great on this wonderful Sunday evening. You know why I'm doing great? I'm doing great. All the evil in America finally gets to... What's up, Parker? Why am I doing great?
It's that night.
Oh,
the ones. One sky.
America finally comes back to fruition. America finally stops being blind. Finally stops being taken over because Roman Reigns defeats the evil, the awful, worse than Bin Laden, worse than Hussein, worse than all of them.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Cody Rhodes.
You know what I realized, guys?
So since nobody asked about me, I'm doing great.
You started.
What do you mean?
Isra,
look at the face. Look at the stone cold face, honey.
Yeah. Isra, your boy Seth Rollins.
My boy Seth Rollins. Hey, best match of the night, best match of the year. He had a stellar 10 out of 10 match with a YouTuber with KSI in a prime mascot suit. And it was still the best match of the night. I need y'all to stop playing with my boy. I need y'all to stop playing with the baddest bitch in wrestling, Seth Rollins. He pulled up wearing this train. This magnificent red coat with a train, longer than you can imagine, longer than what Cody Rhodes' reign is about to look like. Just magnificent. Pulled up, he took it off, and he had the bad bitch. He had a harness on. The what is it? BDS, whatever. I'm not into this deviancy, but you know what I'm talking about. He had that on. He had the red gloves on. You knew this was about to be a winning night for him.
Yeah.
And then Logan. Honestly, Logan Paul, I'm gonna give him his 10s. I've been giving him his 10s since he had his first match. Like, that is a real wrestler. Them two had an amazing match. The women had an amazing match. By them, I mean Charlotte and Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
It was just overall a good night. I got good vibes from it. They didn't piss me off, which was the bare minimum. Like I don't ever get WWE doesn't ever go a whole night without pissing me off, not one time. So I would say that's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And tonight, you know what's gonna happen tonight? You know what's gonna happen tonight?
What?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is gonna have to be all elite again.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back.
I mean, that'd be great for AEW, but yeah, you know what?
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Any company that got Cody Rhodes in it
benefits greatly.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna try to make this about AEW because this is Mania weekend. All right, we're gonna leave that at the door. But just one thing, I could not get into AEW when Cody Rhodes was there. It was terrible. Like to me, I could not watch that shit with him on it. It's when he left that it started getting real good for me. And then he came to WWE and WWE got worse. I'm like, everything this man touches is dog shit.
That's not true.
It really is. It really is a tragedy. A tragedy in America.
That man away from the promotion.
I wanted to point this out, Monty. So something about just Roman telling people to acknowledge him, right? Like I just thought about this morning. He says acknowledge me, and that's supposed to be a heel thing. You're supposed to boo that, but everybody like puts their fingers up to the sky, right?
Yeah.
And it's like so inherently sycophantic to me, right? And like it's funny. We're not doing this, Rob, but it's funny because it's like the emoji of the finger point. It's so funny to me now. Like when people do the bloodline.
Put your ones in the chat right now. I want ones in the chat now.
Oh,
leave ones in the comments. Ones in the chat.
Define sycophantic for me.
It basically, I know what it means. It's like if you're like a sycophant, you're like just blind follower of this figure that you just basically overvalue over yourself. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like you were CM Punk.
Look at who's talking right now.
I am not a
I'm just wow, it's ridiculous and absurd that somebody would just follow a wrestler and just like take everything. Like what are you talking about?
MJF came out in the devil mask and you did 18 gymnastics flips on the timeline.
I did.
That's what I'm saying.
This
guy's a sicko freak.
When he came out of that devil mask at Revolution, dude, I was like pacing in my room. I was like, oh my god, CM Punk is coming back. Oh my god.
All right, so let's start the Mania talk. Okay, we all got.
Hold on.
Had our second to shine. I can't deal with him and going off about his low.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm not. I don't want smoke with none of you. I just want Hangman to shut up. Like, all right.
He will. Okay, couple business things.
Yes.
Right, we got super chats. People send the hard-earned money to us for whatever reason. We appreciate it a lot.
Always appreciate it.
First of all, ZRN 199. Appreciate you for love of the game. Gotta win the big one. Fingers crossed. Prayer emoji. I don't even know who that's for. Because for the love of the game is what Cody tweeted before the in the sound match.
It's for Cody.
Gotta win the big one. Yeah, gotta win the big one. That's Cody, but he's throwing a one up. So I don't know.
He did throw one up. He did throw
one up. But yeah, bam, $5. Appreciate it as always. Nick's comments about maybe following the UFC pay-per-view form on ESPN Plus makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, that's a good point, to be honest. Congrats to the First Lady Israel on her man's W last night. Yeah, man, she's fired up.
I needed that. I really needed it.
He did.
I would have been on here, no makeup on, no hair done. I'd have just in a black hoodie and just crying. Like, this is what would be happening. So
with a black and white filter on.
Black and white filter.
Just a box of tissues.
Yeah. Oh man, Henry Charles, Albert David, $4.99 again. Fuck's sake. The royal family stands behind Roman Reigns, the chief, the head of the table. We the ones. Throwing up the one in the chat. Appreciate you. The custodian, Brian Pillman Jr., aka American Okada, $1.99. Appreciate you. Custodian also stands behind Big Ro tonight.
Big Ro
in the chat.
Thank you, BPJ.
I appreciate you, man. Oh my god.
Andrew $9.99. Appreciate you. Cody Garrett Runnels is a long-time Hustlers University student. I'm confident the top G, Cody, will beat Roman today. Ibu, Cody, Andrew, we the real ones. We the real top Gs.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yo, some of these super chats, we appreciate the super chats always. It's like you do not have to send these, but you do, so we appreciate it. But some of y'all,
fresh out of jail.
Yeah, fresh out of jail.
It's always we got gimmicks, we got everything, we got like the whole, we got the Wrestle Purist.
You know what I've been meaning to do? I'm gonna make a super chat thread on Twitter of just all the different characters we have, like Parker's long lost child and Rhea.
I have a disproportionate amount of characters associated with me. It's a little,
it's insane.
A little much.
You know, AO has a long lost child now. I saw the.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Bro, there's Who knows
Hey, man.
what gets into these people, But we love them anyway. Brian Buster 499, appreciate you. On behalf of everyone, thank you for all the streams and what y'all put in. Y'all are a bright spot of the community. Enjoy the show tonight. Really appreciate it. We
thank you, Brain Buster.
We
Thank you.
talk shit for hours and hours, and we appreciate all the people that always turn out and support us and send super chats, and it's just it gives us a reason to just keep doing them and do as many as we've done this week. So.
Right.
Appreciate you as always. Speaking of characters, Ariel Hawani, $5.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need a new job. Think TK will accept my apology.
Oh my God.
Make an entire YouTube account and then they spend money to get it's so good. I love it. The answer is no. I don't think TK will accept your apology. Oh,
Elhidio Del Parker, $4.99. Appreciate you, Papa. Across the Atlantic Ocean because you promised to take me to Mania today. Where are you, Papa? Cody is going to end racism today. Where are you? Sad face.
I don't think I promised to take you to anything. I think I'm sort of putting the responsibility on you to find your way to me. You've managed to cross the Atlantic Ocean. That's pretty impressive. I don't know why you are not in the Atlantic Ocean, but as far as Cody ending racism, we'll see about that.
It's crazy to claim that somebody who's racist themselves is going to end racism when they've been caught being racist, xenophobic,
It's openly racist in 2023.
Y'all rock with blonde-haired, blue-eyed white men beating PhDs? Y'all rock with that? Wow.
Not me.
Not me.
Real.
Berkey 199. Get ready to acknowledge him, buddy. Throwing up his one in the chat. Appreciate it. Listen, bro. Cody's bringing it home, man. It is what it is. People are just gonna have to accept it. It's what it is, people. Average Limp Biscuit enjoy 4.99. Appreciate you very much as always. Okay. We are up to date with the super chats, I believe. If I've missed one, I apologise.
We got one more at the very bottom.
Why is it gotta be? What, this royal family shit?
The royal family is probably the most interesting part of the super chat.
Mercedes was Prince Harry's favorite.
Princess Diana, $5. Very excited for the women's match tonight. But Harry misses Mercedes.
Andrew has some crimes.
I was thinking. Wait, never mind. Continue.
I was just saying. I think Andrew has some crimes he needs to answer to before we allow this family to be a fan of ours.
Oh, it would be ideal, But yeah, let's jump into the news. The big news, which is WWE are apparently in advanced talks to be sold a majority of their shares to Endeavor, which is the parent company of UFC. They bought UFC. How long ago was it now? Like 2013, 14, around that sort of time when they bought the UFC.
Yeah.
What has happened with the UFC since then is, it hasn't gone without its criticisms, to say the least. But yeah, I guess a lot of people read that as at least it's better than the Saudis. That seems to be like one of the big reactions I've seen on the old Twitter app. But yeah, the report comes from CNBC, and like I said, it's not a sell for the whole company; it's a sell for the reported Saudis. Looking at, I think it's 51%. It says and 49% for the WWE shareholders.
Yep.
Vince McMahon will still heavily be involved. Nick Khan will still be heavily involved. Obviously, Endeavor will be kind of like the overseeing eye of the whole operation. Yeah, like I said, the main reaction's kind of been, at least it's not the Saudis, because people are really worried about that, kind of how that could go. Would they give Vince all the keys? Would they, and obviously the whole moral compass thing of it. You know what I mean? It's that would have been a weird time, the Saudis taking over WWE. So it looks like, as if the reports are true, obviously CNBC, one of the more reliable places you're going to get wrestling news these days. But yeah, what's your kind of initial reaction, Parker? I'll start with you.
I think I'm mostly interested in. Well, first of all, I'm interested in the coverage of it because like there's like a passing mention in the article about Vince like being ousted last year, and that's like it. Like the idea that he's just back and would be second in charge of Endeavor, which is one of the biggest multimedia companies like in the world. Out after all that is pretty, I think, shocking and disappointing. You kind of hope that people are better than that. But then as far as like product stuff, I'm interested to see if there are talent budget cuts. I think that's sort of, I've been talking to some people from F4W and they seem to be like, I just talked to a guy who said he's heard from 3 separate, mid-card level WWE talent who are genuinely concerned that they're going to get cut as a result of budget cut things. So yeah, I think that'll be interesting to follow too. Also, like with free agents out there, somebody like Jay White, are they going to wait to bring him in? Are they, is there a freeze on signing new people before they can sort out contract things? What's the situation there? No idea how it's going to impact shows. I guess the big question is whether they go back to an actual pay-per-view format like UFC does. That would be a crazy move to go back there.
Yeah.
Considering you have almost a decade of precedence that says that you can get a WWE pay-per-view for $10 or $5 every single month. That's going to be a big difference. But yeah, I sort of talked about a lot there, but I guess for me as a fan, the biggest stuff is the talent stuff. Like, are they going to cut people? What's the situation there?
Yep. Monty's like coughing.
Ibu, I'll throw it to you then, man. What's your initial reaction?
Echo every single thing Parker said. My mindset is I'm really curious to know what the creative structure is going to be going forward, if it remains intact or if it is shifted around a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's generally the same, at least to on a broad level. Again, I hope that people can keep their jobs. You know what I mean? I don't know what's gonna be in, like what I don't know if they will. I obviously hope so. And then beyond that, not much else to say that Parker didn't already cover. I'm not surprised that they got it done this week because they were in LA, you know what I mean? And a lot of big wigs are in town, so it's like an easy way to seal whatever you're doing and wheel and deal. What I do think is interesting is that when it comes to the coverage leading up to this, a lot of like groups kind of feigned disinterest in WWE in terms of buying it as an entity, to the point where like it seemed almost like a borderline foregone conclusion that Saudi was going to buy them. Like Ari Emanuel of Endeavor spoke about WWE as a property a few weeks ago, and the way he spoke, it made it seem like they couldn't really take WWE on their books right now. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, and it seemed like Comcast was out of the picture and a couple other big companies and stuff. So I was like, all right, then I guess it's Saudi. This does what we've learned here is this is why Vince forced himself back onto the board, because I kept wondering, what is his end game? What's his end game? What's his end game? Right. And because I thought, like, okay, if he sells it and just agrees to step away when he sells, then what was the point of this really from him personally? Right. But what we found out is this is his way to kind of seal himself a spot. You know what I mean? He told investors, I'm here right now to get the sale done. And then he got the sale done, and Endeavor's like, all right, you can be, pretty high up in the overall company. And so that's why he did this. He wanted to just kind of get his spot back in. So that answered that question. And so I wonder what's going to happen to Triple H. I wonder if he keeps his job or not. You know what I mean? My overall opinion on Triple H is that he's a net positive for the product overall in a broad sense. It's not like he's putting on like incredible television every fucking week, but the product is hotter, and generally the big shows are notably better than they were in the Vince era in the last few years. So, he's a net positive, so I'd like him to stay. And beyond that, we'll see what happens and what information comes out.
Ryan Sully in the live chat. He says that the Peacock deal expires in 2026. So even if they were looking to move to the, like UFC moved to the ESPN Plus, like pay-per-view, model, and the pay-per-views just seem to be getting more and more expensive every year, and it's not being good for the fans. It's not very fan-friendly at all compared to like what Parker mentioned, like the whole network and Peacock thing that they've got going on at the moment is very fan friendly. They've set a precedent for the last decade of people paying $5-10 and they're getting the pay-per-view and they're getting all this other content for free. So enough people moaned about just to switch to Peacock, and just kind of like not being able to navigate it, never mind having to pay $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 for pay-per-views, because that's the trajectory that the UFC went on as well. So, look who we have. Look who we have here.
Oh, boy. How are you doing, AO?
Ariel Hawani, welcome to the Impact Zone, you fucking shill. Triple H, welcome to the National Wrestling Alliance, my nigga. Stephanie McMahon, Branson still got that deal on the table for you, baby girl. I'm telling you, we coming, baby. Demon home pussy. Sales done. The stockholders no longer have the ability to sue Vince McMahon for lying on the SEC filings. The SEC no longer has the ability to fine Vince McMahon for misleading them on the filings. Demon home pussy. Creative's coming back, nigga. Yeah.
You're a bad person, man.
Oh, he left. Yeah. What a guy. I do want to really quickly also say this. It seems like because streaming in
how did you not finish everything, bro?
I forgot about the page.
We all politely
3 minutes.
We all politely sat here and let you.
I'm sorry.
Triple H is a net positive for the product.
I forgot about the pay-per-view thing. No, real quick. Streaming everywhere is losing money, right? And so their way to recoup money is now they're making people pay for monthly streaming and then also paywall things within the streaming service, right? We've seen this in HBO Max and all these other places. Even New Japan World is starting to do this with some of their shows, And so that seems to be the general trend in general across the board, which is unfortunate. And I will say this about WWE. I think people are very forgiving of their product because of the fact that they don't have to pay for pay-per-views like that. You know what I mean? And if you're now watching TV that's supposed to convince you to spend $50, $60 every month, it's going to be a different ball game. And I know personally, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stream the shit.
Great.
You know
yes. Rob, Israel, you got anything to add on the WWE sound?
Not really. I think Parker did a fantastic job of articulating all of the concerns that's coming with the sale. My brain completely turned off when Hangman started talking, but I'm sure he said some stuff.
Come on.
And to me, I'm like, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. I'm not an expert on the business side. So for me, it's like, well, money's not coming out of my pocket, so I'm going to give a damn. Like, we'll see how this plays along in the long run. Unless they do start playing with my money, because I'm not paying for no pay-per-views. Like, these illegal streaming sites are about to go up if they start, like, doing regular pay-per-views. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, none of this is going to affect any of our personal lives. And if it does, that would be crazy. Imagine. Anyways, this is my 2 cents, is that I'm just waiting for things to play out. Because, I mean, the news just broke, 2 hours ago? So, as far as I know, there's really not as much information. There's not that much information, besides the fact that the sale's been finalized. So,
yeah, in the advanced talks. But yeah, man, we'll see how it goes, I guess. But yeah, let's talk Mania, man. Let's talk Mania.
What the fuck?
Could you, man? Rob gets back and he's like, yeah, I think, hopefully that the talent's okay.
Nigga, fuck all that. No, nigga, fuck all that. No, nigga, fuck all that. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, welcome to the heavyweight division. Chad Gable, welcome to the middleweight. Who else? Braun.
You can soundboard.
Braun Strowman.
Braun, you gonna have to come to the heavyweight division, nigga. It's time. All you niggas. It's a Nokiaism time, baby. If you can't fight, you can't keep your spot, niggas. It's over. About sales and creative. Nigga, nobody gives a fuck about creative. We are talking about UFC and WWE. You niggas telling me you don't want to see
Chad Gable in a crossover pay-per-view.
You telling me you don't want to see Chad Gable in a suit fight?
I'll say one thing that I heard is to expect Connor in WWE at some point.
Oh, that's a foregone conclusion.
Come on.
Oh, he's so good. He would do so well.
Seth Rollins just like, nobody could beat me in a fight. And fucking Connor walks out or some shit.
That impression was shambolic. Please stick to stocking show.
It was very disrespectful, to be fair.
Peach said Connor.
So last night, as we all know, was night one of the 2-night WrestleMania show.
Yes.
We started out with what did we start out with? John Cena versus Austin Theory in a very underwhelming match. And
this was good for Parker's agendas. I can't lie.
This is good. This is good as hell.
It's not an agenda because it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Hold up. I want you to talk right now, Hangy. Nah. John Cena didn't even want to be there. First of all,
he was having a bad time.
The only I'm not gonna lie. I really appreciated his entrance and how he included the kids, and I thought that was really sweet. And part of his legacy at this point that he's really there for the kids and that he's charitable towards like children.
It's really nice.
But as soon as the bell rang, honey, the sentiment was gone. It was kind of disappointing because a lot of people pay to see John Cena, the legend in wrestling, and it's like I don't know. If I was one of his fans, I'd be let down right now.
Hey man,
that was a Monday Night Raw quarter-7 style match.
Hey, pay that $70 in August, little bro. I don't know what to tell you. I got to pay that $70.
I just want to point out,
Ryan Alvarez said that a WWE.
I have do you see this? I have hair. I don't have a bald spot or anything like that. I have hair.
Bro.
I've seen enough.
What's up?
Cena, who remembers that old meme? We've seen enough.
Like this cool to y'all?
Brian Alvarez said that a guy who's wrestled John Cena a lot texted him.
I heard this too.
Yeah, and said, "This is the John Cena house show match you did every night." Like, where he's just
man, you want that real?
He got it was like 4 minutes of heat, and then he did the 5 moves of doom, and then there was a low blow, and then it was over.
Oh my god, yo.
It kind of felt like this was like for Austin Theory, he was trying to make something out of nothing, because for him this seemed like a dream match. For John Cena, it seemed like get the hell out of my face.
He didn't give a shit.
Yo, bro, please.
Yo, no, in all seriousness, I seen a tweet last night and it made a lot of sense. It was Cena versus Austin Theory was a lot like Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle, where Kurt, the legend, one of the greatest to ever do it, put Corbin over, right? But like it didn't help him at all. It's still the shitter Baron Corbin. Nobody cared about him before. Nobody cared about him after. Like nobody who was like on the fence with Austin Theory, like, could this kid be a star one day? I don't know. Like, man, is this kid the future of the business? Nobody came out that Cena match like, yeah, this kid's got it or anything. Like he got no rub from that match whatsoever. It was a waste of everybody's time. Son.
So my honest opinion is this. The match was average. It was nice, like I said, it was nice to see Cena come out with the Make-Wish kids. I actually wasn't like upset that the match was standard, but my thing was it wasn't productive in that Theory needed to look like a star when you're facing John Cena, and he did not, and it didn't help him that he looked standard, and then almost every wrestler following him on this show looked better than him. Like most of the active talent looked way better than him.
What male wrestlers didn't look better than Theory last night?
Out of the active people, I don't know, because when it comes to the week-to-week talents, like they all looked better than him.
Like maybe like Dakota Kai didn't really do anything.
But most of them.
I'd argue she did.
They're better than Theory.
Austin
needed to like show people something, and it's like these big shows, man. Like he's
Austin Theory needs to be carried by someone that's better than him.
He needs to be shown a big man in a jail cell. That's what needs to be shown.
Go ahead, Parker.
I really don't put I am not like a Theory fan or anything. I really
You're not
don't
gonna blame
put
him
this on him at all.
Really?
Like I like.
I don't put
really
it on
not-
Theory at all, bro. And I think he
this is
sinks,
not-
but it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not an agenda thing either. I genuinely am just like
John
like,
didn't give a fuck.
You could put anyone in there. You could have put like who's like a hot heel. Like you could have put Dominik in there, and if it's just like a normal match with Cena.
Hold on.
Well, no, I'm saying, but if they just
Dominik,
do, like,
Dominik,
if
right
Dominik
now,
gets
brother.
4 minutes of heat on Cena, Cena does the 5 moves of doom,
It's the
and
same
then
match.
he goes for the AA, and then Dominik hits a low blow and wins from a ref bump. Like it's like who like that doesn't get heat on Dominik. It's just like
Okay.
it's like okay, cool
Yeah.
match. Right?
The crowd was
Yeah,
really into this because they were just happy that Mania started. You know.
yeah,
So like the match didn't
Cena's
die.
super popular.
Yes. Rob,
I,
Rob, you're a Cena super fan. Were you moved by this?
Cena came out with the kids, cried a bit, you know, and match started, was selling, and then the ref bump happened, and then the ref bump happened, and the Naruto soundtrack, Sadness and Sorrow, started
I'm
playing.
crying.
You know,
And then
I really
I
thought
saw-
Cena was going to win last night.
And then I saw the low blow, and then I saw them do the whole, he got him
shit.
tapping, but the ref doesn't see it, right?
And then it was like
That's when
yeah,
I knew
in
it
the
wasn't
chat. In
happening.
the chat, Rob
So-
was so despondent, and I was like, yes, it's over.
bro.
Literally, bro, the match ended, and the first thing I heard was Christian Ayo, Robber!
The match ended. I was like, Robber! What happened, dog?
I backed in my chair, and I just started crying, bro. I was like,
Yo.
there's no way.
Right. So
So John Cena lost to Austin Theory. The follow up to this was a match that
the follow up to
hold
this,
on,
don't take my
hold
job.
on,
You
hold
cannot
on.
stop.
No.
Real opener.
Everyone
The
stop.
real opener.
Everyone stop
I'm
hosting.
about to say, like,
I'm
doing it.
taking control. No one.
Oh, no,
everyone
you're
stop.
not. So the next match that
I am-
happened
I am-
was the men's
listen,
fatal
I am.
4-way.
Don't do that shit. Anyway,
yes.
I love misogyny.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Monty.
before I don't even have anything really to say on John Cena versus Austin Theory, but you didn't have to say. But I wanted to talk about before and the setup
okay.
and that sort of stuff. I thought the stage was genuinely one of the best stages they've ever done. I love like the way that they've done like the Hollywood, Los Angeles connection and stuff with the stage. I thought it looked amazing. The stadium itself just looked incredible. I popped a lot for the cold intro with Kevin Hart, all that sort of stuff, and they're just bringing WrestleMania to Hollywood, and then Cena's music hits, and it's like it's good stuff, and it's just, and then the bell rings like Isra said, and the sentiment was gone.
Riveting.
But yeah.
I hope it's not John's last match.
Oh no, we can't be. You can't go out like that, bro.
That's Marcus like, let's go.
He's not wrestling again all of 2023. I know that.
Probably not.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe SummerSlam.
Bro, he snuck in a match at 2022 just to keep the streak going.
Yeah, the streak.
Like, and he's
All right,
got,
let me know
he's
when y'all
got
talk
his
about Seth.
Like
he's got
real
his
niggas
2023
do.
match in. So
Like real niggas do. We don't
we're not seeing that nigga till 2024.
we don't perform for $9.99. We perform for $70.
Does John Cena ever win a match again? A singles match.
He's got to win his next one, I think. He has to, bro.
He's gonna face Logan Paul at
I
SummerSlam.
saw someone tweet say he
everyone,
hasn't
bro.
had a singles mania win in like 8 years.
John Cena is going to beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam and save the Earth and the planets and the animals from Logan
Oh
Paul.
yeah, Logan Paul, of course.
It's like a Tanahashi situation with Cena now at this point. Not to compare them as wrestlers, because Tanahashi's the greatest babyface of all time, and John Cena fucking sucks. But it's like oh my god, this kid who just got back to Japan, former Young Lion, he just beat Tanahashi. He's like, no, bro, everybody beats Tanahashi. Nobody really cares anymore. It's like everybody beats John Cena. Who cares?
Right.
He's got to win the next one, whether it's Logan Paul or whoever it is. Fuck, man. Come on, brother. Come on. But yeah, next up we had the multi-tag, the showcase tag match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, the Street Profits, Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders. Yeah, man, this was great shit. Ibu, I know you was popping huge for this. You had big expectations going in. I think they even exceeded them. Well, what's your reaction so far to it?
When they added this match to the card, I was happy because I was like, okay, Ricochet and Chad Gable get to wrestle in the stadium. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
This is going to add depth to the undercard and be really good. And I wasn't surprised. I said yesterday that this was going to be one of the best matches of the show. And I think it's a testament to this show that it actually wasn't one of the best matches of the show. Like, there were a couple that were better. But this was explosive, man. I actually low-key wish they got even more time to do more moves. But Ricochet was sensational. That springboard shooting star press to the outside was remarkable. Braun Strowman, I am tired of people lying on this guy's name as a talent. Braun Strowman is really, really good at what he does.
He's great.
Man. He's terrific, man. What a great big man. Braun was dynamic in this match. The dude did like a freaking splash up the top rope. Like,
just to own the mark.
You have to stop being offended on people's behalf who do it to themselves, bro. Like, no shit, people hate Braun Strowman. He acts like a fucking idiot, bro. So let people shit on him if he wants to. But
no, well, my beef is when he first came back, right? I just basically was like, this is good because Braun is good. And people were like, oh, what? What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, what do you mean? So yeah, man, Braun Strowman's good, and he shows it all the time. And he was great. Ricochet was great. Montez was awesome. Chad Gable, that chaos theory on Braun.
Yeah,
that's my favorite WWE spot in I don't know how long.
Holy shit!
Probably years.
I thought he'd have like a hernia doing that shit.
We're not all old and broken down.
I'm out of here. I'm not about to be here for this nut ass WrestleMania victory lap. So I just want to say, shout out to the Street Profits, one of my favorite tag teams. Shout out to Chad Gable, amazing worker. Shout out to Ricochet. I fought for Ricochet's honor when he was the biggest fucking nerd in the whole World Wrestling Federation, bro. I was in the trenches fighting for that nigga. All right, so I'm glad he had a great showing. I'm glad that Triple H has been rehabbing him. You're still getting fired though, Hunter. You're still getting out of here. I don't really got much to say about this show. It was kind of bad, honestly. Y'all that main event was fire to y'all. That tag match, y'all like that tag match? You like that match, Monty?
Get the fuck out of it.
Don't believe that nigga. That nigga saw that tag match. No, that's nasty. That nigga saw that tag match and he deafened for the rest of the night. True story.
Discord?
That nigga did not talk for the rest of the night.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, anyone got anything else to add to the showcase tag match?
Vince McMahon, you will suffer for trying to make everybody think Ricochet is a horrible, horrible wrestler. Because, bro, Ricochet, the fact that Ricochet is not in the last 5 years at least been a 4 or 5 time Intercontinental Champion and a World Champion is fucking crazy.
He's great.
Shout out Ricochet.
He's great.
This match reminded me. They did essentially this exact match 4 years ago. Ricochet was in it, and I remember he was the best part of it. It was right when he was called up for the first time, and this one was even better. Just about everybody in this match was great. I want to shout out. Someone said it in the chat, but
no. I'm back to clear the lies on my fucking name. First of all, I didn't see the tag match. I didn't even see the entrances in the tag match. I saw the entrance for Charlotte and Rhea.
You know why?
And then I deafened, and I went downstairs and started playing Elden Ring.
No. You know why?
I didn't see the women's match either.
You know why? Because the beginning of Charlotte versus Rhea was bad, and then it started getting good.
No. The beginning of Charlotte versus Rhea was bad, and I was like, you know what? I don't even want to watch this show anymore.
Was it?
No. I mean, they weren't doing anything, so I was just like, and I was bored, and I was like, I'd rather play video games right now. So I deafened on Discord, and I literally left the room. That's exactly what fucking happened, nigga. I'm my mother. No, nigga, I'm my mother, nigga. I did not see them hit a single move, a single real move before I left. What are you don't lie on my name, nigga?
Where does Rhea Ripley's finishing move go?
It's the Riptide.
That was an easy question.
You know what? I will.
This nigga, don't lie on my name, nigga. I didn't see a second of that tag match, but I know it was bad. I'm out of here.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just somebody in the chat pointed out that Titus was on commentary for this, and he was great. He and Corey were really funny together. And Titus, every time he does commentary, he's really entertaining and good. and I think he should just do that. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he'd be so much better at it than like fucking Corey or Wade Barrett or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started. I was gonna say I agree with you. I think they should look into like letting him be a full-time commentator. When Ricochet did the moonsault, he's just with his deep voice, he's oh my god! Like,
bro, when
he's like the only person who sounds like he's enjoying what's happening. Like it's him and like McAfee.
Speaking of Corey, did y'all know Byron Saxton bad? Like, holy fuck, bro! All he ever does
Dude,
is
he can't help him.
Dog. They do it in the games. He just shut up,
Saxton.
the whole interest.
It's like shut up, Staxton, you fucking bitch,
Mark.
stupid bitch, you
No,
idiot,
Mark,
piece of shit. I hate you. I hope you die.
Still sleeping on your parents' couch.
He'll do that and then be bad himself on commentary. It's like...
Crazy. A couple of super chats. Let me flow through these people. Yuzura Hart, $5. Was it not loaded? Y'all think Bailey's really going to try her hand at being a real worker like Sasha, or is she a grind runner acting? I guess it's in reference to a tweet. I don't think she's going anywhere, man. She was talking the other day about how she hoped, she was like, I hope one day I'll wait for Sasha to come back, you know? Like,
like,
you know, I don't think Bailey's going anywhere, bro.
Either a side or a tease to Damage Control breaking up, but she's not going nowhere.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere, bro. She's got it. She's comfortable. Red Raider Dre, $9.99. Appreciate you. Hey man, you're ready to pay $59.99 pay-per-views again for Bobby Lashley versus Colby Covington. Once again, shout out to y'all, the women of Wrestle Purists, the brand in general, and free Roderick Strong. Yeah, man, free Roderick Strong forever.
Let Drake cook. Nah, that's a horrible mismatch. Kobe would get destroyed. Anyway.
Yeah, what a funny, like, out of everybody on UFC, it was
open
like,
weight. They open. Imagine if they just open weight division.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
all right, match fan. $4.99 says John Jones going to beat Rhodes for the title. Area also on Pack Watch. After seeing how Cody Roman reacted to him, wrestlers ain't going to vouch. Fair.
Hey man.
He still he don't work for WWE.
John Jones.
He works for BT, so it's like, you know.
Hey Brock, listen. Bring PEDs back to MMA. What's wrong with MMA? They're already on them anyway, so just let Brock fight Jones, bro.
Listen, bro. Brock, USADA, bro. You know, it's USADA. Brock couldn't get past USADA. Like, yeah, there's always with combat sports. There's always going to be people who know how to find ways to cheat the game and, you know, take stuff and stuff. That's always going to happen. But USADA unquestionably makes it like impossible for the, you know, the Brock Lesnar's of the world. You know,
bring TRT back. Like
TRT.
Who cares?
Oh boy.
That's a conversation for another day. You know, I could go on for ages about, like, you know, PEDs and UFC and shit. But yeah, Ricky $4.99, appreciate you. Ibu, you're gonna come to the after party to celebrate Cody's wins. You can spend the night again if you want. Ibu, man, this guy's consistent for you, bro. It's starting.
Yeah,
that's not what he said.
It's starting to freak me out. I might get a restraining order.
That's not what he said. He said, Ibu, you're going to come to the after party tonight to celebrate Cody's win.
The after party to celebrate Cody's win, right? Spend the night again if you want.
Spend the night if you want.
Oh, my God.
Isn't Ibu? You got to answer to him, you know?
The WWE stars on Snapchat, we up.
Brian Buster $1.99, appreciate it. Titus O'Neil, greater than Jim Ross. It's a Titus O'Neil. Love them both, you know?
Yeah.
Mouse Fan 84 $1.99, appreciate it. Rogan McAfee WWE commentary combo gonna go wild. Sounds really bad. To be honest, I can't lie, man. Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, man. Right, Isra. Come back.
If you were there, this is a bad signal.
The next match on the card was the best wrestler in the world, Seth freaking Rollins, versus viral YouTube sensation Logan Paul. And best match of the night, perhaps best match of the year. Seth Rollins came out looking like a bad bitch. Logan Paul also came out. And he had the prime. What do you call that shit?
The prime
mascot, which, spoiler alert, turned out to be KSI.
Yeah.
First of all, the match, pace, amazing. From beginning to end, amazing. There was a lot of great back and forth. There was a lot of moments where you thought, oh my God, is Seth going to win? Oh my God, is Logan going to win? And let me tell you, I almost had a stroke several times in the match when it looked like Logan was about to win. Because I do enjoy Logan Paul as a wrestler. I do. I have enjoyed him since day one when people were like looking at me funny, okay? And I just always saw the vision with him. About a year ago, I said that they need to run a Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul program within the year. And they did it for me. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great match. It had a lot of great spots. Logan Paul probably like broke his leg. Is there I don't know if there's any news on it, but it looked like he tweaked his leg a couple times. I don't know, like he did the GTS even better than that Chicago freak.
Oh my God.
Completely just took ownership of that whole move. Imagine getting bodied by a YouTuber. Imagine a YouTuber take your move and do it better than you. I would be so sick right now. Match was stellar. 10 out of 10. Also, I'm very happy that Seth won, not just because I want to see Seth win, but usually when you win at WrestleMania, you have a good year ahead of you. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but whenever you like lose at Mania, you pretty much have a whole shitty year like following it. It's like this thing just don't get off you. So yeah, like winning is important, not just for the match itself, but you know, maybe things will start looking up for my boy. That's all I care about at the end of the day.
He's very over right now.
I don't watch this shit because I like wrestling. I watch this shit because I fuck with Seth Rollins, and that's that.
I think that Seth is creating his own like genre of match at these WWE Big Fours now. It's like it's like okay, not that doesn't make sense. But there's a Seth Rollins match that he has every time now, where it's like it's a little over 4 stars. It has a lot of
5
great
stars.
near falls. It's really entertaining and fun.
Legendary.
I thought this was really, really fun, man. Like the near falls got me. When Logan kicked out of the pedigree, I was like, oh! And the KSI frog splash spot was great. Yeah,
Shout
man.
out JJ.
This is just a good time. The perfect type of match you want to have in the middle of a WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Seth is a very good worker.
The best worker.
Consistent. And I do think he deserves like a higher spot following this. So
the main event spot.
Yeah, what did you think, Parker?
I need y'all to. I know. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I need you to stop with the passive aggressive praise. You are such a clown. I really don't want to hear from you. Oh, I thought it was quite modest. I thought it quite tickled me. Shut up. Didn't nobody ask you? Parker, a real man. What did you think?
I thought this match was great. I love Rollins. I knew Logan Paul would live up to it. I just thought it was super entertaining. It was like very much a Mania match with the big spectacle and the big moments. It didn't feel forced at all. Like a lot of times WWE will try to do like create a moment that's not really there for a big show. But I thought everything was super appropriate. I called that KSI was in the prime bottle. I was pretty happy about that. Yeah, I just thought it was a ton of fun. Logan Paul is like one of the best, like one of the most preternaturally gifted wrestlers of all time. Like seriously, I can think. Look at that adorable kitty. Like you look at his first few matches, there's like nobody who's even close to that level of quality. And of course, he's helped out by he's in there with generally really good wrestlers, and they work really hard to ensure that the matches are sort of idiot proofed and all that type of stuff. But I mean, he's just great. Like he is so gifted, and he's got a defined character without really cutting promos or anything. If he wanted to do this full time, I mean, he would be the top star in the business. He's so incredible, and it makes sense that you put him in there with somebody like Seth, who's going to do everything right to make him look good. There's a reason that Seth is like the big the gateway to like the very top of the card right now. So I thought it was great.
Monty.
Yeah, man, it was a good time, man. It was a really good time. Definitely, I thought it was even better than I was expecting. And of course, like Logan Paul's like he hasn't missed since coming in, pretty much, and he's always delivering on these big stages. And Seth Rollins, of course, is always going to deliver. But even still, it's still like over delivered. I thought the crowd as well, bro. They were going crazy for it. KSI, the KSI stuff, it popped me. And again, with the Logan Paul matches, it's like he always has like a viral moment, you know. Like, I know it's his gimmick, but he actually does it, you know, which is
they're always funny. Like this one was drinking the Prime bottle and spitting it like Triple H.
Yeah, man, it was like I said, he always actually gets like a legitimate viral moment, you know. But yeah, it was good. One thing I will say, so like, did any of you guys see the leaked footage of Logan practicing his entrance?
Yeah,
on the zip line and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, there was like leaked footage of him like practicing it, and you could just see him like up in the air on the zip line. So I thought they were going to do like the full, you know, like Shawn Michaels Mania. But like when I actually saw it, I was just kind of like, you know, it just I don't know, man. I didn't think it hit.
It's funny that he was mic'd up.
It was definitely like a Logan Paul entrance.
Yeah.
Like it did, like when Shawn Michaels did it, obviously he's Shawn Michaels, like it's gonna be a spectacle, but like Logan Paul did it in the most Logan Paul way that he could have possibly did it. I was like busting out laughing when the Prime mascot came out. I didn't expect it to be KSI, but like I thought, I mean, I don't like pay attention to them like that on social media. So I was like, is it gonna be like Jake Paul or something? I don't know. I knew it was gonna be somebody, but I didn't expect it to be KSI.
No.
I was terrified watching that entrance. Like I was just really nervous. I was praying, and I just wanted
Paul.
I just wanted him to land. Like I was just like, bro, just land, please, just land, just land. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I hate that. I hate zip line, wire stuff like that. In midair, I can't look at it, to be honest with you. I get freaked out. But yeah, Rob, what did you think of this?
Shout out JJ, real YouTuber, real
JJ?
entertainer, KSI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also Seth did go crazy. I will give Seth his flowers. Seth did go crazy. Also, Logan, that fucking frog splash was all over. I'm in the KSI little Twitter community thing. That shit was going crazy. That shit was going viral. So I mean, as long as he's a good keep. As long as he keeps doing viral moments just like these. So.
One more thing.
It doesn't just give me like viral clout chasing. Like he's hitting the moves flawlessly.
Right.
Like he does like big moves, and for his, I guess, like time and being in wrestling, you wouldn't expect him to be able to do that. Yeah.
I thought
his match was just also like a testament at how Seth Rollins could work with literally anybody. Like he really is a cheat code with this shit.
I thought that
on a big stage.
Yeah, the spot where Logan just jumps to the top rope and does a moonsault was so preposterously effortless. Remember that spot? Like
he's so good. Like it's so like it's just like there's lots of most wrestlers are really good nowadays. But so it means all the more when somebody's able to stand out from that. I mean, he blows away like everybody in like NXT, for example. It's like come on, this guy's a star, and some of these guys are, I don't know.
Imagine Logan if he was in like that 5-way match for the
North
whatever
American
belt on NXT, because that was kind of like a spot monkey match. I feel like he could he could hang with a lot of different people. I think
that'd be funny. That'd be so funny. Like just like
hang with anyone, really. Obviously, as Parker alluded to, like his matches are very carefully put together. You know, because of course they are, and but still, like he still has like some things like his selling, for example. You know, like he just gets it. You know, he's great, man. But
absolutely,
I also think this could be a good way to have him like give him some kind of different character arc, because he genuinely looked in his face very disappointed at him losing. I don't know, because he has this whole thing where like he wanted to be a baby face and he just wanted to be accepted by the fans, but then obviously that was never going to happen. So he had to basically assume the heel position because he had no other choice. I feel like he low key wants to be baby faced.
That'd be interesting. I'm down. You know what I want to see? I want to see the Paul brothers versus KO and Sammy. At like a random B show.
I don't know if Jake Paul would do good in wrestling. Like Logan Paul wanted to do like the high flying flippy stuff, like being all over the mat and stuff. Like I don't see Jake Paul wanting to be like fun. He doesn't give me fun vibes.
No. We'll see. The following match was Damage Control versus Becky, Lita, and Trish Stratus. And, they had Becky's team had these like comic book inspired entrances, and they came out. And this was a pretty like traditional structured 6-person tag in that like there's just like a lot of heat and build up. And then it started to break down, and they did like the big moves towards the end. Io had like a big moonsault to the outside. Trish Stratus, it took a while for her to get in, and when she got in, I thought she looked like pretty like fluid and competent, to be honest, more so than like a Lita, for example. But Lita did hit her signatures at the end, like the twist of fate and the moonsault, and I thought those did look good. This is a match that I would say that like once it was finished, I would say that it was like a passable, like decent tag match. Becky and Bayley are two wrestlers that I hope. I hope better for them coming out of this. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like having like an actual like singles serious like thing that they can do. They both looked pretty good in this match. And I would say that the 6-person was solid. What did you think, Monty?
I really liked it. I love Becky Lynch, man, and it's just like she's such a big star, and I think sometimes it kind of gets slept on. You know, it's like she's coming down the ramp with Lita and Trish. Like you would argue, like two of the biggest stars in US women's wrestling history. You know, and like I think even amongst them, she like feels like a big fucking deal because she just is. You know, and she was probably, you'd probably say the best worker in this match. But I do want to shout out Dakota Kai and Lita because the way they were bumping for Trish and Lita, like Trish and Lita are 47. Like, let's be real about them. You know, they're gonna get in there, and as long as they can hit, some of the signature stuff, and the crowd's gonna pop for them, it's nice to see them. But they're not gonna particularly wow or impress us. You know, I don't think they're really there to bust their ass to try and do that. You know, but the way like Io was just fucking like, bumping as explosively as she possibly could, and like Dakota, same thing, and it's just. I don't know, stuff like that just really pops me. You know, like trying like the younger wrestlers today just like really, putting the emphasis on the legends and stuff, and like not making them look all slow and terrible. And I don't know.
Yo, what the fuck do y'all? I thought we was gang. Why y'all rolling your eyes and say, "Oh no," when I pop out? I'm here to talk grass with my friends.
you know you're lying. You know you're lying.
I'm not lying.
What did you think of the trios, AO?
I can't cap to you, bro. I didn't pay much attention to it. I have a question. So let's say Trish Stratus at her peak is like a 10, right? Not like obviously not like just like her peak is a 10. So how did she look at WrestleMania? Because I didn't really see her doing anything.
Oh, she looked like a 10.
Well,
yeah, she was good.
She's a 10 still.
If your question is how was her in-ring ability here relative to
compared relative to her peak,
I would say she was about like 80% of 75% of what she was. 80.
Good for her then.
Honestly, I feel like between Lita and Trish, and I always loved Lita more, but I felt like Trish, like she looks like she still got it though.
She's still in
Lita. I think because she was kind of like a lucha gal, she wasn't. I don't know. I don't think like her body.
If we're gonna be honest about Lita.
No, we're not. Because she's a legend and we love her. Can I say something though, real quick? Because
go ahead, sir.
I noticed that like most WrestleManias, they always bring back like old timey wrestlers, like the men, like Goldberg and like Taker and whoever else. I don't think they brought back any old timey men for this Mania, if I'm not mistaken. So I actually didn't mind that they did it with the girls because they never bring back the older women ever for like mostly anything. So it was a cute little nostalgia moment. My thing was I wish that Damage Control would have won because it would have done something to elevate them because they hardly did anything to really make them look good. Especially if they're gonna have like two legends in this industry, like they could have, I don't know, like put them over, even though they're the baby faces. That kind of bothered me. I did predict that Damage Control would win. I expected them to try to put them over and like make them look good. But at this point, I'm thinking they should just break up because the three of them are very talented and on their own, like when they're doing their own thing in the ring, they always look good. But when it comes to them as a unit, I don't think WWE has done right by them. I don't think the booking has done right by them. I feel like at WrestleMania, this should have been the moment to like really let them shine, and giving it to, Becky and them. Like Becky doesn't need a win. Becky is certified at this point. Legends they didn't need a win. It was just it was just very whatever to me.
I think
so the reason
won.
why I didn't. Well, I was just gonna say the reason why I don't mind them losing is because I actually want them to break up because I think that they're not the sum of their parts. I really like Io, and I still really like Bailey. Don't make that face marker. As a wrestler,
Dakota Kai would be fucked.
Yeah,
So
but they
wait,
didn't do anything. They didn't do any spots that would indicate a potential breakup. Like, you know, sometimes when they do like the tag matches and there's friction between the members,
Yeah,
like
some tension.
someone will bump into someone else or someone will take the blame for losing. It's just they lose and they lose together and they're still friends.
You know what? I think it'd be subversive though if Bailey just gathered them in the ring on Monday and was like, "Yo, we're just not doing this no more." Like, because it's so cliche to just be like, "Oh, is there tension? Like, what? You know, just have them come on, like, oh, it's just not working out." And maybe she blames Io for it, for the failures, and Io's like, you know, screw you, and you split her off. Ao, you said that Dakota would be screwed. She would. So I wouldn't mind her as like a stooge for Bailey as a duo.
What's Tegan Knox up to?
Nothing.
Is she on TV?
No.
Damn, nigga.
And
Rob, what do you think of the match?
I like the match. I knew Trish was gonna do well because Trish is still in shape because she's literally a yoga teacher. So I knew she was gonna be in shape and she was still gonna be straight. I did like Io's performance. I love Io. I call her Io Shirai still, but I love Io Sky. She's one of the best women's wrestlers on the roster. And I don't think they're going to completely break Damage Control up. I think Io's just going to split off because Io was getting like some of the loudest reactions of the match. The crowd loves Io. And so I think she's going to split off and Dakota might stay with Bailey. And they just add a new person or something like that.
When was the last time a faction that people have been like this excited for, like the SummerSlam? The reaction they got in the stadium at SummerSlam and online. When is the last time a faction that got that kind of reaction just flopped so fucking hard, bro? Like,
I don't know, but
y'all, I would hate to do this, but I need to break my fast in like 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah. I wish I could stay because there's so much more that I want to talk about. Like, oh my god, I have so much that I want to say about Dom and Ray. I'm just gonna like rapid fire before I leave. I know y'all are gonna get into it like amongst yourselves. Ray and Dom, classic. Like the entrance is classic. Everything. The main event, 10 out of 10. Honestly, the beginning was worrying me a bit because Sammy just kept getting beat up. At one point I was like, bro, do you not know how to fight back? Like that was stressing me out a little bit. I wanted what's her name, Aaliyah. I wanted her to like jump in the ring and like beat on Dom, but I like how they did it. Anyways, I'm like all over the place because I'm all over the place and I gotta go, but love you guys. AO, behave. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Love you. Bye.
So the following to this was if I'm not
Ray and Dom.
Ray and Dominik.
Yeah, man.
And we have
bro, the video package.
Go ahead,
the video package, bro. Oh, that's a WrestleMania video package.
Oh, do the thing, Monty.
Oh man, that was some
I know this is being annoying, but they should have like arrested Dom again if they were gonna do like this prison outbreak thing. I guess it's like a non-issue, but like, you know, just have a little continuity.
No, but the whole thing
SmackDown was another arrest.
The whole thing with
you don't get it because you don't get it.
That it's so ridiculous.
No, because y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. He was arrested. He came out in the prison because he felt arrested from being able to spend time with his father as a child. He felt arrested from getting the love and respect that he deserves from his father. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand. I'm gonna get into it.
It was supposed to be ridiculous. Is my point. I was gonna make before Rob went crazy on us. But yeah, man, Rey Mysterio versus Dom. This feud has been, you know, a lot of people have been loving this feud, you know, and just the storyline, watching it build up to Rey finally accepting Dom's challenge and everything that's come with it, the family feud stuff. It's just, you know, even like the viral videos on Twitter that have been dropping on Thanksgiving and Christmas and that, this feud, man. People have loved it. It's got the reactions. Dom is legitimately like. Is he the hot? Well, it's Roman, obviously, but he's like legitimately one of the hottest heels in wrestling right now, which is just like incredible words coming out my mouth, you know. But yeah, man, the entrances, Dom's coming out in the like I already said, the video package was spectacular, telling his whole story. But
Rey Mysterio's 1997 Halloween Havoc mask.
Yeah, man. Dom's coming out in the police escort, and he's in the back of the van.
Unfortunately, Dom looked great in that fucking mask, bro.
He
looked good in that mask. It's unfortunate.
I'm just basking in it right now. I'm gonna shit off in a second.
He's flanked by all the police, and the sirens are going off, the people are booing, and then he gets out the van. You see he's in Rey Mysterio's Halloween Havoc mask, and the crowd's booing, and it's just
I think that's the one he stole.
It's just heat, bro. It's just heat, real heat.
Yo, listen,
real
Monty,
fucking heat, bro.
When Ray was in that lowrider with Snoop Dogg, and they started playing Nothing But a G thing, I was like, all right, this is big time. But I was so into that, man. It was so
Nothing But a G thing, bro. When that Viva La Raza hit, bro, I got emotional, bro. Because Eddie Guerrero was my favorite wrestler of all time. He still is. I mean, he's tied with Kenny Omega. It's like Kenny and Eddie, bro. It's just rest in peace to the fucking GOAT, man. That was great to see. And shit. People were saying that Dom should come out to the low ride with the low rider and shit, but no, fuck that, bro. This was so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. This was.
I love the entrances. Go ahead,
they were just Ray. Just people just love him, man. He's so iconic and he's just so loved. Brian Alvarez was saying on Observer Radio, like in the celebrity and family section, it's like that was the one match last night. Everyone was packed out. Like everyone loves Ray, and he's coming out in the low rider with Snoop Dogg. It switches to the Eddie Guerrero music, and the crowd just roars for it. And like it's just so cool. Eddie's memory's special, man. Super special.
Yeah,
super special.
And very very enduring.
Yeah, 100%.
Dominik Mysterio packed out the celebrity section.
Yeah, and when Ray's music hits, he's making his entrance, and he shoots the Snoop Dogg, and he's just legitimately like fangirling for fucking Rey Mysterio. Like, bro. And yeah, man, the people just love him, and Ray versus Dominik, and then some real fucking wrestling goes down. Some real family-friendly wrestling goes down. The sort of shit you watch with your family, but your mom gets crazy mad at. On a Sunday afternoon. That's that real shit. Family feuds, relatable. It was no, honestly though, even like the wrestling parts though, like when they're going back and forth and doing the lucha stuff, like there was a part where like Dom jumps up to the top rope and he does like the whole arm drag thing, and then he does it into like a pull-up Michinoku driver thing, and he's like,
that was kind of smooth.
Yeah, but bro, look, it was like I said, man, like the actual bits even when they were wrestling, even when they were like actually like wrestling, Ray, like, obviously you would expect Ray was leading the whole thing and giving Dom his little pointers throughout, because of course he was, but even still, like the bits of wrestling that they did do before, like more of the dramatic sports entertainment stuff was going, which was just incredible as well. I thought they still killed it, like that spot where Dom throws him into the turnbuckle, and there's like still loads of like cool spots in this. But yeah, the sports entertainment was the real crown jewel of this. Dom swilling Aaliyah in the crowd and Ray having to hold it back. And Angie slapping Dom. I thought Angie and fucking Aaliyah were incredible in the crowd. Like they played the part so well. The interferences by the Judgment Day, I thought Damian Priest hit all his spots like perfectly. You always appreciate those little things. He was excellent.
I fought for Santos Escobar's dive.
Santos Escobar was like, I'm gonna make more WrestleMania dive matter, and he comes out. The LWO get a huge pop when they come out and start fucking with the Judgment Day. As Ibu said, Santos hits that dive and Damian Priest bumps in between the tables and shit. It's just, yeah, man. And like I said, Bad Bunny gets involved, fucking stops Dom from using the chain, and Ray gets the win, and the crowd pops so fucking huge for it. It's a nice family moment.
Did you see what Fightful said about LWO? They said it's not a one-off, and this is like a legitimate long-term group that they're going to do, and there's going to be like a big story that they have planned with them, which is very encouraging, actually. I think that's really cool, and I'm happy about that.
Guys, Paul Heyman is currently pushing for Conor versus Roman on the timeline.
No, of course he is.
Oh my god,
bro! Do people?
He's a real promoter. That's why, bro.
Yeah, right.
Do people realize how small like Conor McGregor actually is? Like,
yeah, he looked ridiculous.
He's a tiny human being. So people
that's
don't realize because he fights other tiny human beings, but he's
And
very
the thing is,
small, bro.
He's
Like,
shredded right now, dude. Shredded right now. I think it'd be so sick on some Taz stuff if Connor's just suplexing Roman around the place.
Hey man, listen.
Maybe.
Just get my shit off.
Fucking suplexes.
Yeah,
Hey,
but Rob,
He's not
get
taking
your
those fucking suplexes
Rob,
from that little person, bro.
Hey man,
I want to put the spotlight on Rob for his hero, Dominik Mysterio, right now. You know,
I just
Rob, get your shit off, brother.
I just want to ask everybody a question. You know, a year ago, I tweeted that a year ago to this day, Dominik Mysterio would be a top talent in the world, and everyone will rejoice. And you know, everybody called me slurs. Everybody called me dumb. They said I knew nothing about wrestling. They said the quotes
What slurs
were
did they
crazy.
call you, Rob?
What
slurs?
The slurs I cannot repeat on air, but they called me slurs and they called me everything and they told me I didn't know wrestling. And what happened? What happened when that pop happened, Monty, on SmackDown? What happened when he came out at WrestleMania in the Lucha mask? What happened when he came out in the prison outfit? And what happened? He packed out the celebrity section. Listen, I'm telling y'all, listen, when it comes to this wrestling shit, there's nobody that knows more than me. I know more than you. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I told you all.
Who's your favorite BJPW wrestler?
Oh, I'm fucking crying.
That doesn't matter.
Fire up cage match real fast, Rob.
Got you. Hold on. Let me fire it up. Wait, no, listen. Let me tell you. I'm just telling y'all, man. When it comes to wrestling, I know everything and you know nothing. Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid?
No.
Look, man, I will give my little bro his flowers and shit. A year ago, Rob couldn't say anything without niggas being like, "Shut the fuck up, you Dom Mysterio fan." Yeah, he had to eat a lot of shit, man. He had to eat a lot of shit for liking Dom Mysterio. So
he did.
You know.
Yeah, I'm letting y'all know.
I'm glad you have this moment, Rob.
I'm letting y'all know right now before Parker gets his shit off. If Dom has a 4.25+ star match, you mute me. Don't join the space and don't watch the pod.
Rob, he's still not good. I mean,
yeah. See, I'm sorry, Rob.
Great program, he's still not good.
That's kind of what I was gonna say. It's like he's uniquely set up to succeed because it's his literal dad, who's a legend, who everybody loves. I have to say the match was good. I think it was like the 5th best match on the show, and I think a lot of people looked a lot more impressive. They did a lot of smoke and mirrors to help him, and then also this seems targeted. It's really not, but I gotta see it. Like he did everything he needed to do. I gotta see it against somebody who's not literally Rey Mysterio.
Did you see the Santos match?
Ray wasn't
no.
Ray wasn't.
He had a weirdly good match with Santos on a SmackDown.
Ray wasn't moving a little slow to y'all.
No, shut up.
Oh, crying.
Okay. Yeah, I love this because I love Rey Mysterio. Really into this. I watched this like a kid, and that I just wanted Ray to kick this kid's ass. So like when he's spanking him with the belt and stuff, I popped. And I'm glad he won. I'm glad Ray won because people thought Dominik was going to win, and I just wasn't trying to see that. So I like that. And I do think that this program has a little bit more mileage, so I wouldn't mind like some LWO Judgment Day tags and something maybe with Bad Bunny and the Puerto Rico Backlash. So yeah, I love this.
Also,
the main card starts in 15 minutes, so we should
two things. Yes. Uzi challenged Dom in a post interview, so I'm up for that. And second of all, y'all ever seen that 70s show? I was going around telling everybody, like when Ashton Kutcher went around telling everybody burn, I was telling everybody cry last night. We win. I always win.
Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley had just an absolute barn burner, in my opinion. There's a fucking heavyweight title match. Charlotte made me look kind of stupid.
I don't know why Charlotte's crying on the timeline about warning him. This is you, by the way, Ibu. I don't want to know why Charlotte's crying.
Mind you, I'm the right person on Charlotte because my whole stance with her is like, yeah, does she suck on SmackDown sometimes? Like, yeah, but like when the lights are bright and it's a big stage and she's wrestling a match against a good wrestler, Charlotte is great. Not good, she's great. And I thought her match with Rhea Ripley was terrific. They started hitting each other really hard with elbows and chops and big suplex bumps. Rhea Ripley jumped to the top rope and gave Charlotte a top rope German suplex.
Yeah.
They went insane on each other. Charlotte did a gorgeous moonsault to the outside. Rhea Ripley did a riptide and got kicked out of. She gave her a super riptide off the top rope that got the win. For my money, this is one of the best WrestleMania women's matches, at least. I got to rewatch it.
This is the best one ever. I think it's better than Bianca.
It might be.
Oh fuck! Now I'm gonna watch it.
I think it's
It's
Bianca
really fucking good.
Now I'm going to watch the match.
Really epic, and like it was Japanese style. So this sounds so cliche. But like,
you need to stop. I
just
first.
You know,
it's like, don't do it, man. Don't be cringe. It's dude. They were so when they hit a German, it made it Japanese.
I thought you were gonna be like. I thought you thought I was gonna say like they were walking the King's Road.
I mean, you're like it's like a step off of that when you're like it was very Japanese.
It was though.
Yeah.
It was though. Like, because WWE matches are not allowed to be this stiff.
I don't know why y'all think like when it comes to show. I don't know why y'all think we work hard for free, my nigga. We don't work hard for free. You gotta pay.
Hey man, what I told the entire time, Ibu was being weird as fuck about Charlotte on the timeline. What I say? Not too much on Char Mother.
You were saying that. You were like,
she showed out and she showed up and she showed out, bro. I said not too much on Char Mother.
Charlotte is the
Reggie $5 to Charlotte Ripley walking the King's Road is big.
Ibu was all over the timeline. Ibu was all over the timeline. Charlotte is
Yo,
so
real quick,
wrong.
let me just flow through these because we need to. Some of them have been waiting, brother. You know, Darren Walker £5. Cody wins tonight. FTR win tag titles, and all we need is Punk to return, and Ibu will explode. The Holy Trinity, brother.
Talk about three terrible wrestlers.
The Riddler 199, Dom versus Uzi, WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
Robbers just popped. See. Mavs 84 199. Dana needs to poach Omos and have him do MMA. He's not making 265s, brother. Darren Walker £5. Appreciate you again. Israel, don't forget Logan Paul does the book chart lariat better than Hangman Adam Page.
Didn't he blow his knee out the last time he tried to do that move?
Well,
towards meniscus.
Well, there you go, man. There you go.
But
yeah, one thing I wanted to quickly throw onto Dom versus Ray. I know we've only got like 10 minutes, but fuck it, I'm throwing it back. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, pause.
Yo, you doing what?
Dom. Fucking. You know, Michael Cole on commentary popped me fucking huge, bro. Like, and he does this very rarely, you know. Once every 5 years, maybe, you know. But like Michael Cole on commentary, you could literally feel him getting fired up throughout it, you know. Like that was 100% the match he was most invested in this card. He was going crazy, bro, for all those spots with Dom and Ray. But yeah, man, I just wanted to shout out Michael Cole because it's very rarely I do so. You know,
Parker, did you like Rhea versus Charlotte?
If you had ears, you would hear that I called it the best women's match in Mania history. All right. Anyway, there was shitty. The Miz sucked. It was boring. It was like pointless with Pat McAfee.
No one needed that. No one needed that.
Yeah.
Yo, I only just found out today they had a fucking match. Like,
it was 3 minutes.
It was like an angled match
thing.
With a referee that counted 1, 2, 3 and all that.
Yeah, it was like 3:35.
Why, bro? Just why?
Because they needed to give him a break before the main event, I guess. Because 7 matches in 3 hours 45 minutes is not enough.
Yo, I remember seeing a Ibu tweet about some Charlotte has boo boo face at like, and when like I think it was either the Usos or Owens and Zayn was walking out, it said 59 minutes ago.
It's crazy.
I will say, like doing that and the as they do is good because it's like little mini intermissions. So,
all right, real quick, Monty, Rhea's your girl, man. Were you proud watching this?
I was expecting this to be like an all-timer women's WWE match, but I wasn't expecting them to go that far with it. You know. I thought this was incredible. It really lived up to the occasion. really lived up to kind of the case of it being the main event, you know, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlotte's different, bro. Like, it's, you want to pop me. It's like at the start when they kind of just like, I could tell. I said it in the chat, but we were in like in the first like few minutes. I was like, they're going long with this one. You could tell by the way they were setting it up at the start. But when the crowd started to really react, when they started getting going with it, you could just see it in Charlotte's eyes, bro. You know,
she was coming alive.
Stadium show Charlotte was coming out, bro. And
you know what? I respect it. The fact that Charlotte, like, when the lights are bright and there's 60K going crazy, like, you could see her waking up like, this is why I do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, she's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Like, her facial expressions.
I love like
and stuff,
the my favorite part.
Sorry, bro. The way that the way like her facial expressions and stuff, like the way that she can like visibly like display her desperation, you know, and like when she's telling Rhea to get up and throw shots with her, and they're going back and forth, and
chopping the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and like the kick outs and like the look on her face, and sometimes like. Yeah, when she's nearly crying, it might be a bit too much for some people, you know. But like, it's just so desperate, bro. Like, she's literally like, she's like a psychopath, you know. When she, like I said, bro, she gets that look in her eyes, man. She gets that look in her eyes, and she's and obviously Rhea, she's so good now. She's so well rounded as a performer. I don't think a couple years ago she could have had this performance as a heel. You know,
hey man, good for her because
she's incredible.
That Charlotte feud that she had, that Charlotte feud that she had for the Raw Women's title, I think I don't remember the feud itself, but they had a really good match at the pay per view. Like the crowd wasn't there for it at all, and like they like got the crowd into it and shit, and then like after that, like Rhea was just fucking lost, bro. Like she was looking like a shitter out there. So you know. Shout out to her for finding herself again. Judgment Day, rejuvenating her, having a good match. I'm gonna definitely watch that. I'll probably never watch the main event tag match because you know I heard it was pretty bad.
We were celebrating. We were celebrating in the Judgment Day group chat.
I'll tell you what, Monty. The women's match was so great that I was like, wow, the tag match might be screwed. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
No,
I don't know. Rob, let me finish. I'm doing a transition here. Hold on. I was gonna say I'm watching this women's match, and I'm really worried. I'm like, oh my god, this tag is not gonna be able to follow this because that was so great. That was so exceedingly great. And then this tag match happened. And like, in my opinion, it was like I have it slightly over because like of the emotional aspect.
Yeah, but you might swing in again, bro.
Your mic's going in and out. And Rob, check the private chat.
But yeah,
listen, I thought the main event was amazing. Admitted, I got like emotional.
Ibi, sort your shit out, bro. If you want to, if you want to play a host, sort your shit out. Anyway, I'm gonna take over.
What's your fucking
actually, really quick. I wanted to say I love Charlotte's face after of like. We just showed them that we deserve the main event.
I did see that picture, and that's all. That was a great picture. That was a great picture. Where she was like laying like under the ring and shit and cheesing. It reminded me of the Sasha Banks video that came out after the match she had with Bianca. Where, like Sasha was like trying to sell that she was hurt and shit, but she just couldn't stop like smiling. Like, it was a cool moment. Fed bad.
I was just gonna say the main event was sensational, and I got pretty emotional at the end. To be honest with you, it was cool because it was a short heat segment, and then literally 80% of this match to me was like an extended closing stretch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they went straight to just tag team finishers, tag team near falls, sick table bumps to the outside. KO did that just that terrific fisherman buster off the top rope, or no, off the second rope. I bit for a lot of the near falls. Sami Zayn is a terrific performer. Jey Uso, man, he's I love Jey, man. He's such a savage in there, a great heel. When he started getting in Sami's face, slapping him up and talking shit, the intensity was tremendous. This is one of the best main events of all time, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens winning the tag titles was just beautiful. So I love this, and I think as a double main event, this and the women's match. This is the best double main event WWE's done since Brock and CM Punk and Danielson and John Cena, and maybe better. And I thought it punctuated, frankly, one of the best shows WWE's ever done, to be honest with you, from a match quality standpoint. So I love the ending of this show. Parker, what do you think of the tag match?
I thought I want to echo everything you said. All of the so I'm not like a Bloodline fan. I think their act is like I mean, it's mostly just Roman who I don't like. Like he's just not entertaining to me. Yeah. But a common thing throughout all their matches, whether it's just Roman, whether it's the Usos, whether it's when they do 6-man tags or whatever, it's like the heat segment is so long. Like they just do it. And if you look at like the house show circuit, it's literally like they will get heat for like 15 minutes. They'll just keep going and going. So I was really glad that they didn't do that. It was a really smart idea to just invert that. I thought that they might just go like 40 or something like that and make this some big time epic, but they didn't. They just decided we're going to do the best possible match we can in 24 minutes. And I think they did that. This match was awesome. Every single wrestler in there was great. The spots were great. And again, it didn't feel so much of WWE just feels like this contrived way to try to force a moment or force a reaction. And all this, it did feel very natural. I think so much of that is just Sammy, like just being incredibly likable and easy to get behind. And you just root for him to succeed no matter what. And just like I think some outside of the ring stuff too, like he's very principled on the Saudi thing, for example, as is Kevin generally, and I think that endears him to people a lot. You know what I mean? Like you, it's not just the character that you're getting behind. It's like, okay, this is a pretty good dude here, and he looks like an average Joe. He doesn't look like this, crazy athlete or whatever. So I really enjoyed that. I thought the match was great. I think this was one of the best Mania shows ever. All right. I don't know what the fuck.
Turn your PlayStation off, nigga.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, I know everybody wants to know what I think about the main event that I 100% definitely watched.
Quick.
Oh, it was pretty bad. It was. Shout out to
You didn't even watch it, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Like, we got 3 minutes.
Shout out to Steen, bro. Shout out to Steen, bro.
Shout out Steen. Okay, cool.
He deafened and ran.
Monty, what did you think of the main event?
AOV trying to get his shit off, shout out him.
Fuck CM Punk.
Man. KO, Sammy, fucking just see. Like Parker said, it didn't feel forced. Like that, a legitimate Kevin and Sammy tag match, main event in WrestleMania, and just seeing them. Like even mentioned how we got a bit emotional at the end. It's like even just seeing them walking down the aisle together, bro. Like it was just. I don't know, it was just surreal, Like I said, it didn't feel forced. Like they were legitimately the main event of that show. That was what everyone came to see. And they delivered and then some. Like I said, I think it's the WWE best tag match of all time. I think it has a case for being the best WrestleMania event of all time. I think that it's just the whole accumulation of everything that they managed to pull off with it coming to an end last night was probably one of the best things WWE has done in quite a few years, to be honest. But yeah, man, looking forward to tonight and how that goes. Rob, try to squeeze something in real quick.
Wait a minute, Bob.
Real tag team wrestling. Tag team wrestling is back. Hello, can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Bro. Yeah.
I was saying real tag team wrestling. The tag team match is good. Shout out Steen and Zayn. Fuck CM Punk.
I'll never let the New Day's legacy be erased as long as I live. Greatest WWE tag team of all time. Fuck the Usos.
Nah.
Monty.
Sorry, bro. Usos are the greatest WWE tag team. It's not even close, bro. I thought.
Cry.
I thought last night, like cry. I was kind of like before last night. I was like, yeah, they probably are. Like when you look at the longevity and that, because all the other tag teams, like their runs aren't as long. Then obviously you got the New Day that I mentioned. So it's kind of like they probably are the best tag team in WWE ever, but then they do that last night, and it's just like
I'll never let you get that take off. It is 8. That was the show. Don't listen to Monty's yellow ass. Greatest WWE tag team of all time, second greatest tag team of all time, right after the Young Bucks.
Well, now hold on.
Thank you for tapping in. FTR is probably like in the top 10,000.
New Day number 2,
15,000.
that's crazy, bro.
Shout out to PWG, guys.
All right, enjoy WrestleMania.
Circle 6 out.